Shalom, shalom. All praises, respect, honor, and glory is rightfully due unto Abanawa, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Waha, Rechaha Kodash, Barakath Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai. Double honor goes out to the venerable apostles, Wa Zaquanium, and elder bishops of the Great Millstone GMS, who do rule well and who teach well, laboring in this word and doctrine, and are our true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today, whether you accept it or not. And a sincere salutations to the hopeful elect out there, noising this gospel abroad and lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, wherever they are located at, in sincerity, in honesty, and in truth. Abba Ratazah, which means Father willing. So Father willing, this lesson is quick, edifying, and straight to the point. So this article I have from eatingwell.com, which was dated on the 27th of July 2026, which is the year of apostates, sellouts, and agents. All right, and yeah, we have to be, very circumspect. Okay, saying it's trying to attack us. These demons are trying to attack us on all angles. Okay, and E, that's the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon, Satan. He's trying to do so much harm to us, man. Okay, trying to take us out. Right? Remember, he's the accuser of our brethren. So, the headline of this article says, over 3,000 gallons of coffee recalled due to botulism risk. Or botulism risk, however you pronounce that word. Okay. So a recall on about 3,408 gallons of cold brew coffee was just announced by the Food and Drug Administration, FDA. I'm just on the plantation right now. Alright, so Lord willing, this transmission goes through clearly. And you can hear me. I don't want to be too loud where I'm at. I'm at break right now, so I'm not really supposed to be here. So it says a recall on about 3,408 gallons of cold brew coffee was just announced by the Food and Drug Administration, FDA. I say it like that to get around the algorithm. Have my videos stay up as much as possible, as long as possible. Okay. This is due to a Clostridium botulinum bacterial contamination risk. By the way, this is not medical misinformation. I'm just in the news. Okay. Not a doctor or anything. The product being recalled is Brooklyn Roasting Company pasteurized cold brew concentrate, distributed and sold in New Jersey and New York from April the 1st through June the 20th, 2026. The ready-to-drink cold brew was sold in 2.5 gallon bottles that contain best buy dates ranging from June 30th through September 30th, 2026. Check your cold brew, and if it matches the above recall information, dispose of it or return to your place of purchase for a potential refund. A lot of things are being recalled, all right? Different, food products and drink products, yeah? And even cleaning products, other things too, all right? So we're not ignorant to Satan's devices whatsoever. It says, because the product may have been stored at room temperature during the distribution process, it is susceptible to Clostridium botulinum toxin formation per the FDA. Exposure to Clostridium botulinum can cause botulism, and we'll get what that is on ChatGPT, a serious and at times deadly illness that attacks the nervous system and causes symptoms like bloating, constipation, muscle weakness, dizziness, double vision, trouble speaking. Right, it's already telling us, but we can get more info on it. Or swallowing and difficulty breathing. Seek immediate medical attention if you are showing signs of botulism after consuming the recalled coffee product. On July 21st, the FDA classified this recall as a Class 2 alert, meaning that it may cause minor temporary health concerns. Okay, I'll put this link to this article in the description box beneath so you can view it. All right. So, what is botulism? Fast answer, ChatGPT. So it's a rare but serious illness caused by a toxin made by the said bacterium. Attacks the nervous system, leading to muscle weakness and potentially life-threatening paralysis. There are several types of it. Foodborne, caused by eating food containing the toxin, often improperly canned, preserved, or fermented foods. Got in an infant, occurs when babies, usually under 12 months, swallow bacterial spores, which grow in their intestines and produce the toxin. Honey is a known source of spores, which is why it should not be given to infants under 1 year old. You got wound as well. Happens when bacteria infect a wound and produce the toxin. Iatrogenic, a rare complication from excessive doses of botulinum toxin used for medical or cosmetic treatments. You got the symptoms here. Usually begin with drooping eyelids, blurred or double vision, difficulty speaking or swallowing, dry mouth, facial weakness. As it progresses, it can cause weakness that spreads from the head down to the arms, chest and legs, difficulty breathing due to paralysis of the breathing muscles. In infants, signs may include weak cry, poor feeding, floppiness, floppy baby syndrome, constipation. Yeah. Let's go to the book of Sirach, chapter 5, verse 15. All right. Because, we have to watch as well as pray and be circumspect, because in this society, we're subject to death. There's traps all around us. Financial traps, scams. All right. Medical traps. Not to mention the food is defiled, we know that. All sorts, man. You have to watch out for 2/3 of our people in Babylon the Great America. All sorts. The stuff they're spraying in the air. This devil is destroying the earth. Okay. Sirach chapter 5, verse 15 reads, "Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or a small." That's right. Putting all sorts of stuff in the food and the drinks, man. And we have to, of course, eat the best of the worst. So, we're consuming it, putting it into our bodies. Of course, we, you utilize the herbs as well. But of course, you pray to Yahweh Hashem Yahshai first and foremost for healing, and pray over your foods as well. Okay. All right. And it's the sure mercies of the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahshai that we're still around. Okay. That we're still here. So yeah, it seems small, but it's vital for us to be vigilant, It may seem like a small thing, but it's vital for us to be, vigilant. Watch the news, stay up to date. Again, we know the bread is defiled. All right, so again, we have to consume the best of the worst. We understand that. All right. What's that? Look at this. Halifax to close 15 bank branches in 10 weeks. Date is Saturday, the 25th of July, 2026. Halifax is closing 15 branches throughout August. So we're in the UK. And the locations have been confirmed. It is among several UK banks that are undertaking a wave of closures, with campaigners sharing concerns over accessibility to services for older and vulnerable customers, as well as Halifax, NatWest, Royal Bank of Scotland, Santander and Lloyds have all closed branches across the UK, while Barclays has announced plans to open more. No, I'm all over the place, but so much to talk about, so much to highlight. Okay, and we know why they're doing this. This is done deliberately. Everything going digital, everything online, digital banking, mobile banking, The Halifax brand is changing to Lloyds, with the vast majority of Halifax branches either rebranding to Lloyds or closing, as customers will be served by an existing Lloyds branch in that community. It goes on with that, yeah. So, yeah, they're the ones closing, I believe, yeah. Look at this from the People's Voice. July the 14th, 2026. Jill Bates says revolutionary digital ID will exclude non-compliant citizens from banking, healthcare, and education. American citizens who want to continue using banking services, healthcare, and education must comply with incoming digital ID regulations, according to Jill Bates, who has doubled down on his threat to, open quote, exclude, end quote, the non-compliant from participating in society. Yeah, so all roads leads to the CHIP, all right? Because if you deny that, you're definitely not going to be able to participate in the system. Again, gradualism. See where they're going with it? I'll put all the links to these in the description box beneath. Praising digital infrastructure developed in countries such as India and China, Bates declared that the United States must build similar systems with the support of governments, the Federal Reserve, international institutions, and private companies. Once established, he says, banks, telecom firms, and technology companies can build additional services on top of the digital identity framework, and non-compliant citizens will be locked out of the system. See that? Anyway, I know it took a different term, but that's the spirit. Let's go to the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 36, and it reads, "Watch ye therefore, and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man." That's right. Pray constantly. Pray over our food. Pray for, safe journeys when you leave the house. Pray that you get to your destination safely and on time, and even pray for protection of your loved ones and even yourself while you're at work. Okay, pray for the body. Okay, there's forces of darkness constantly around us. Satan be jumping on people, jumping on drivers, crazy drivers in traffic. A lot of them took the chicken one Royale 9. You know what I mean when I say that? I just say that to get around it. They took that thing in their that sweet in their arm. You see? So people are bugged out here and loose. All right, so you gotta throw up them prayers. And again, watch, man. Always watch. So, Lord willing, that lesson was edifying. America will soon be destroyed by fire, absolutely. All right. In closing, Kal Halal Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Waha, Racha HaKodash. Shalom to the Lord's elect of the household of faith, out of the nation of Israel, and Abad Babal.